Welcome to Riverbend Talent on WBGZ. Brought to you by the Halpin Music Company.
Another Thursday night, another Riverbend Talent right here on the Big C. Sea Shanty sing-along already underway down at Morrison's Irish Pub. Trivia night starts at 6:30 down at the Conservatory. We got the Step Brothers at 7 o'clock at Fast Eddie's tonight. Going till 11. The open mic later at Raging Cajun starts at 9. Kevin Gruen already underway up at George's Pub and Grill is what it's called now up in Jerseyville. The Grand Band starts at 7 down at Deutsch Village Inn in Pontoon Beach. Frankie and the House Shakers already underway down at Patrick's in Granite City. Ryan Holting underway at the cabin at Judy Creek going until 9. And Glenn Carbon and Alania and Julie started at 5:30. Going to 8:30 at the Prairie Inn in Dorsey. And late for work 7 to 10. Later tonight at the Rebar in St. Charles. They sent me that
nice
little announcement there, Pigpen, and
so do
you know, Halpin Music Company offers music lessons. Do you know that, Pigpen?
I did know that.
And Matt Van Porus has been there before and saw him giving music lessons.
I thought you meant he took lessons.
I was trying to fit him in there because he's our other sponsor, and he's with Macias Insurance, Mr. Donut. It's kind of the same thing.
All that stuff.
You know why I brought up music lessons, though, Pigpen?
Well, I got a big guess as to why.
Another
because you think I need more music lessons.
Yeah,
I've never had any, but I need some music lessons. No, I'm going to take an educated guess that it has to do with Jimmy G.
You got it.
Jimmy G has been on the show with us multiple times for little different bands he's in now with the Toxic Johnny, doing the open mic nights. But one of our favorite things that he does is turn us on to bands because he gives lessons to not just to younger folk, but my wife takes lessons from him. She gets bass lessons every week from him. That's actually how I met Jimmy. He's a heck of a nice guy, and what I like about Jimmy is he's really in it to help not just young people, like I say, people of all ages who have any interest in music. And I've told the story before, but I'm going to tell it again real quick. First time he turned me on to a band was Hayes Bond, and I loved it because there was 4 bands playing. Jimmy G's there with the PA. His wife's working the door. They're taking $5, $1 for each band and $1 for them, which then they donated back to the bands. So he's out doing it to help the music scene. So
that's for sure. And we try to thank him when he's in, and he's thanking us for what we're doing. So I
thanked him real good.
It's a thank you battle when he's in. Right? Why do you bring all this up, though, Pig?
I forgot. Oh, yeah, I remember now. All I have to do is look to my right, and I remember. He's been telling me about a band called Merge 5. I think that's a V, the Roman numeral 5.
Right.
Merge 5. He's been telling me about them maybe for about a year now. We've even talked about them playing up at the old Herald. We've mentioned some gigs, but...
Because they took music lessons from him.
Because at least 2 of them are taking lessons from him. I'm going to find out the real scoop. Like, we should be hearing more about singing lessons from Jimmy G and drum lessons. I don't know if he does any of that, but he should. So we're going to get right down to it and meet this band. And I'm not only going to introduce them, but I'm going to bring up some personal information about each one of them that I don't know. I'm just going to guess. We'll start to my right. Alania. Did I get it right? Yeah. See? That's because we got me and you have to share a mic.
Yes.
This is going to get so uncomfortable for you. Oh, yeah, this is going to be good. She's like, how come the mic smells like beer? I'm sorry, Alania. Alania, you are the drummer of this band, and you are also the oldest member of this band, which I wouldn't have guessed. I wouldn't have guessed that. I would have guessed Logan, who we'll get to later. Not. All right, so Alania, you are the ripe old age of 19 years old. You are the drummer of the band. Real quick, just tell us, how long you been playing drums?
I've been playing since I was 12 years old, so for 7 years.
And what brought you to this lowly place that you find yourself in today? How do you get started? Who got you started playing drums?
I don't really know. I mean, I saw the movie School of Rock, and I saw a kid playing that, and I'm like, you know what? That's pretty cool. So I was like, I don't know. I guess I was just drawn to the drums.
Okay, you have already won the heart of not only myself, but my partner Dennis over there, because all hail Jack Black. Tenacious D.
Yes.
Is where it's at. All right, we'll come back and learn more about you. But the uncomfortableness of the microphone, I could see you shivering just a little bit as I leaned in. It's fine. You'll get used to me. I'm only a little weirder than what you're guessing right now. All right, moving on. Sophia, guitar player. This one sounds about right for some of the Jimmy G. 15. Why the ripe old age of 15 years old, right? You're going to lean in the mic and say hello to me, as much as you don't want to. She's leaning away from the mic just a little bit. Sophia, guitar player?
Yeah.
How long you been doing it?
I've been doing it for about 5 years now.
5 years. And Jimmy G been your teacher the whole time?
Yep.
Really? So I can only guess that you're way better than me at this point, because Jimmy G is a heck of a good guy.
That's the Sophia with the PH. Because we're going to have to straighten that out later. Right? And she's a rhythm guitar player and you sing.
I think it's just Sophie.
Yeah.
It's just
is that what I said?
Yeah,
I messed that up, didn't I?
We will get to the
Sorry.
Sophia.
It's hard to talk and spell at the same time. It's really hard to talk and spell at the same time.
It's just hard to spell.
It's hard to talk.
It's just hard to spell, I'll be honest.
So the PH version.
I went to public school. I get, Anne Frank and Hitler mixed up. So no, I don't. I don't know. I don't. Sorry to all the public school teachers out there. You're doing great. I talk a lot of smack. So Sophie is the guitar player. Been playing.
Sophie sings.
Sophie, well, Sophia is the actual singer, but Sophie, do you sing?
Yeah, I do a little bit of backup. Me and Fiona, we kind of double up on some songs, but yeah.
Little harmonies.
Okay.
Okay. And how'd you get into guitar playing originally?
Well, it all started when in middle school I really wanted to be in I wanted to play an instrument because I really liked music, but I thought the normal kind of clarinet was kind of lame, so I wanted to play kind of a more cooler instrument, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So we went to Swing City, and my mom signed me up for guitar lessons.
First of all, you need to go check out the Benny Goodman Band, because the clarinet players are fabulous. Going back to 1953 for the.
There's a Van Halen that played clarinet.
Yeah, one of my favorite bands in junior high was the Police, and they had some clarinet going on in there.
It was their dad, Jan Van Halen.
I think it was the same with the Police. I think it was Andy Summers, Stuart Copeland's dad, one of them played the clarinet. So.
Remember the song "Big Bad Bill of Sweet William" now?
I do.
That's Jan Van Halen.
I do. I haven't heard that song for many a moon.
But the guitar is way cooler.
Well,
Completely right. I'm just saying.
I would. To choose the guitar over clarinet definitely is going to get you invited to more parties. No, I'm with you. I actually, my daughter plays in the school band right now, and I'm envious when I look back and go, wow, I should have actually learned how to play something instead of just buying a guitar and showing up at parties. I still do to this day. No. One more down. This is going to take just a few minutes because I'm in no hurry. Sophie and now Sophia. We are going back to the first vowel. Wow. Sophia, and you are the singer of the band.
Yes, I am.
And again, another ripe old 15. You have done your time. You've probably sing the blues, right?
I don't know about that.
I'm sorry. I don't know either. So you've been singing how long now?
Well, I've been singing
most kids just start singing.
I've been singing my whole life.
Right.
I kind of picked up on it when I was around the age of 6, but I've always had a passion for it. I've always had love for music. It's just been my thing.
And singing, again, one of those things that's the other than drums, that is the earliest thing for a kid to start doing. You know, I mean, you beat on whatever's around you, but singing, Logan, don't look at me like you don't sing.
He don't.
His mom's outside the shower going, does the reverb sound good in the shower? Come on. We'll get to Logan in a minute. Fiona first. Fiona.
Oh, hi.
Hello, Fiona. How are you today?
I'm good.
And you are the bass player.
Yep.
Thumping out the bass. And how long you been thumping on a bass?
I think close to 3 years now.
All right. And everybody knows that they might be looking at the singer or the guitar player, but all the butts are shaking to the bass. I mean, that's just a fact. That is a musical fact right there. The cartoons in my head. I don't know what's going on. So how long you been thumping the bass? 3 years? What got you started down that path? Is your first instrument?
No, my first instrument was actually the violin. I quit playing that in 7th grade, I think, because I really wanted to play guitar. And then I don't know, I just didn't really feel like connected with it, so I moved to bass instead. And
It's
I've
just a
liked it
big
lot better.
violin. It's just a really big violin. You already had it down.
Yeah.
So playing a violin, did you go straight to electric bass, or was there a little stand-up bass there?
No, I went straight to electric bass because I stopped doing like school instrument stuff. So I got my first bass for my 14th birthday, I believe.
And now...
So did you teach yourself, or?
No, I get lessons from Jim.
Okay.
Oh, see, there
I
you
wanted to
go
see,
now.
yeah.
There we go. And 16 years old at this point.
Yep.
Got your license?
Mm-hmm.
All right. See, we've got a driver in the band. Because, I don't think Alania here drives. She says she's 19, but I just don't believe
She's
her.
the drummer. She has to drive.
Oh, that's right. You got to have the band. You got to be able to carry drums, man.
Right.
One of the frolics of being in a band is you have to have a truck or a van. Otherwise, who's going to carry your stuff? So, finally, we get to we get to Logan way down at the far end.
Yep.
How are you, Logan?
I'm all right.
I've been waiting to get to this because I already know what position you play. It's quarterback. It's wrote right down here on my paper. I was told by your other bandmates.
Yeah.
D1. He's going D1.
So you are also a guitar player.
Yeah.
And Jimmy G lessons by
Yeah.
chance? See, he's touched
Lead guitar.
I am the lead guitar player. And are you also a Jack Black fan?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you better be, man.
Yeah.
Because
Well, yeah, I mean,
you know what? I don't believe you. That was very unconvincing.
I've seen the Pick of Destiny plenty of times.
All right.
Do you own the Pick of Destiny?
Maybe.
Have you talked to Dio?
I wish.
Okay. You could talk to his poster. That'll work.
Yeah.
I do every night. I give him a little kiss. Good night, Dio. So you were a guitar player. How long you been doing that, sir?
About 6 years.
6 years. Okay. And lessons from Jimmy. How long?
Same time. Like since I got it.
So
Yeah.
since you got it,
Yeah.
he kicked your ass. And you're only 17.
Mm-hmm.
So since 11.
Well, I'm 16. I'm turning 17 tomorrow. So.
You
Yeah.
tell me it was your birthday.
Happy
It's
birthday.
not my birthday, though.
Well, it's going to be your birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday
Oh no.
to you.
Yeah, you should let the band sing. They could probably
I
do
do.
it
Come on,
better.
guys. We gotta sing.
See?
We gotta sing happy birthday. Ready?
Yes.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Logan. Happy birthday to you.
And many more. Oh, look, that was beautiful. See?
All right.
Where were you?
Let's get down to the fun question.
Slacking, man.
What kind of guitar you got?
I have 5 guitars.
Five
so,
guitar. What are you playing through?
Little braggy.
I normally play my SG Special.
Okay.
Snapphone.
Amp.
I have a Boss Mark II Katana.
See, he looks way more comfortable now that I'm talking his
I'm
language.
talking gear, yeah.
That's
yeah.
right. Okay.
So your SG's your main
Yeah.
axe there. And once you develop a personal relationship with a guitar, like there's many other guitars, but that one is yours.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I get it. So the other 4 are just what? Just for bragging about
Well,
when you're on the radio?
I mean, depends on tuning. Like a home effect,
Yeah.
just different songs.
There
yeah.
you go. So
Yeah.
so you keep one tune down to D or whatever,
Yeah,
or whatever
right.
it is you got going on. for gigging, that's always makes it easy.
Yeah.
It's much simpler.
Well, Pigpen, according to their website, these guys play music from the 70s, which is punkish, like Ramones, right?
All right.
80s hard rock, 90s grunge, and contemporary alternative. That is a wide
So we are
range.
covering a lot of ground for.
So 5 guitars will be necessary.
We've
All right.
definitely got
Yeah.
some heavy songs that are not for kid audiences.
Yeah, like Rage Against the Machine,
Yeah,
Killing
Rage
in the
Against-
Name Up. Do you
Some
edit
Limp
that?
Biscuit.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Non-edited version?
Yeah,
Oh,
non-edited
boy.
version.
All right. Well, there
Guys will
you
have
go.
to come out and see.
Sophia, you do some rapping?
Yeah.
Yeah?
But don't tell nobody that, because I got a surprise them.
Oh,
Right.
any surprises?
They got to come out. They got to show up to find out exactly what's going to happen. So really, you guys are covering music all the way back to the 70s. Now, as I made my way through the studio, there was a crowd outside. You guys have fans waiting in the wings. I'm assuming that if you have music influences going back to the 70s, there's some parental influence going on here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say. But most of the songs that we pick out are our own choices that we feel like would be good for the band to play and make kind of like make the crowd more comfortable with our music choice and like engage in the crowd more.
Okay, so that leads us into if you're I said it's probably parentally influenced, and you said, well, yeah, it is, but we pick our own. But how often do you listen to music from the 70s that your parents maybe didn't lead you to?
That's true.
I'm just trying to give the parents a good pat on the back, because they're already grumbling. Who's that guy? What's he doing here? I thought this was already a show.
Video games, Pigpen.
I don't know what's going on.
You can hear 70s music in video
Oh,
games.
there you go.
Play
Okay.
Rock Band. Have you ever played Rock Band?
No, but I when I watched my nephews play it, I thought if you can do that, you can play a guitar. If
Yeah.
you've already kind of got the timing down, just learn some chords. It seemed like you could. Did any of you play Rock Band
Oh,
growing
yeah.
up?
I have like once. It was,
Here, lean into a mic so we can hear you.
I did once. It was not. It's not like playing any.
not-
It's,
no?
it's
No,
not
it's
anything
not
like
even
playing
close.
a real guitar or bass or anything. It's tough.
Hold on. A guitar
me.
player
Guitar's
is
hard.
how is playing a Rock Band guitar tougher than playing a real guitar?
It doesn't have strings. It's you hold
Right.
it differently. It's just not. It's not the same.
The buttons don't always click.
The
Yeah,
buttons
the
don't
buttons don't always click. They don't always work.
Okay, touche, pussycat.
Yeah. You can't get like an upgraded model guitar for guitar.
You're stuck
Video
with,
game, yeah.
Okay. Well, I just as I watched them play, they were just kind of hitting buttons to timing, and I thought, well, that seems easy.
Well, there is Rocksmith. You ever seen Rocksmith?
No, I haven't.
It's like kind of the same thing, but they actually incorporate the fretboard and all that.
Oh, wow.
So it's pretty
So
cool.
they've improved
It-
things.
Yeah.
Advanced Rock Band.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it's college level rock.
Virtual Rock Band.
So how long have you guys been together as a band now?
2 years? Three? Going on 3.
Almost 3.
Going on
Yeah,
3
almost 3.
years.
Yeah, 2.5-ish.
Well, I'm the newest member of the band. They started in July, and I came in early September. So, I guess I'm a replacement, but technically I'm the original. But I mean,
So was there a drummer?
There was a drummer before her, but we don't like to speak on that because it is personal.
Okay. And-
So
all right. We will move on from that. Although we like to just go ahead and start fresh band fights
Yeah,
right
he
here.
does.
We'll have you guys scrapping for this. Is over. Look, Fiona's ready, man. She's like, yeah, man, yeah.
we're throwing elbows.
So you said they started in February. You came in September of 2020.
It was
2021.
Yeah,
2021.
2021.
Okay, and you had all been locked up at home for a year practicing
Yeah.
your instruments, and were ready to do something with it, I guess.
I think it was definitely a surprise to almost all of us. Like, we were thinking, like, oh my God, this is going to happen. Like, we're going to be in a band. And we were definitely nervous our first practice together, but once we started warming up to each other more, I think we kind of formed, like, a little family bond. And so
Oh yeah, that's the best part about being in a band. I mean, to me, as long as you're having a good time, you're doing it right. Even if the music isn't the best, if you're with people that you're having a good time making music, that's the best part about being in a band. Did Jimmy G sort of facilitate it, or did you meet like in the waiting room, or?
No, we just. I think my mom reached out to me and told me that Jim was wanting to start a band with all of us, and then we kind of just showed up one day for practice, and then that was that. We just hit it off from right there.
Jimmy knew what he was doing.
Oh, yeah, I know. He's the master planner. So do you practice at Swing City?
Yeah, we practice weekly.
Okay. Well, in my mind, y'all took lessons, but then you go to a basement or a garage or whatever. But that's pretty cool to have a spot like that to jam in. Again, you also got lots of instruments. If you're like, I forgot my amp, you just go out and grab one. Do they let you do that?
We usually keep like amps and stuff there. So for band practice, we just pull an amp out, and then you just have to bring your own instrument.
Okay.
Love it.
Yeah.
Don't have to move it.
I was gonna say this is sounding better and better all the time, because that's the worst part about music is moving gear. That's the only downfall of it.
Yeah, we've got our own PA system there, speakers, everything else.
Well, look at that.
Yeah.
So man, so that answers a question to like people out there too, are thinking, man, I want to start a band, but we don't have a practice spot. We don't have a good PA. You can probably, for the price of whatever a half an hour costs for one of those rooms, which isn't much. If you're getting less, I mean, like my wife's lessons there don't cost much. So, man, we really didn't have that kind of an option. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, these music stores are getting it done these days, Pigpen. Halpin does Kids Rock. They start them at like 3.
Yeah.
3 years old.
Yeah,
And they're playing a concert by the end of the year.
The music store that sponsors our show here in town, every summer they do us like a summer camp, and they build bands out of kids from like 3 to 10 or whatever.
I think it's like 3 to 6.
Very young. It's pretty
Yeah.
young, and they form bands at that age. By 3, I couldn't even like do the ring toss right yet.
Right.
So, it said 6 to 9 months. I was 8 or 9 months anyway. Doesn't matter. See, I forgot where I am again. I forgot what we're doing.
Yeah.
Let's get back to Merge 5. Been together 3 years.
.com.
Merge5.com. Is that the website?
Yeah.
Yep, that's
There
the
you
website.
go. There you go.
With a
Merge
V.
5.
With the V.
With the V for Roman numeral.
Number. So Merge 5, been together 3 years now. Jimmy G putting it together, but you guys forming a family bond. We've seen a few gigs that you've done, the old Herald Brewery, but you starting to get out there more and more.
Oh yeah.
Working on it.
We've got a bunch of. We're pretty much booked for the year. We got more gigs coming up. So
really,
I think
booking out. Look at that. He's already got the. Let's see. What a
I only went
journalist
through
he is.
May, so there's
So-
way more than that.
we have a show coming up February 23rd. It's a Friday. That's at Red Top in Collinsville. Yeah, that's a show that we're doing. You have to pay for tickets, $10. But we came
7 to 11.
7 to 11.
So that's in Collinsville. It's Red Top Barbecue, right? And inside there's a place called Gabby's.
Okay.
So that's what I'm reading on your website. So you guys just correct me if I'm wrong. 7 to 11 in Collinsville. But before that, aren't you going to be in Holiday Shores on the 16th for the open mic with Jimmy G and
Yes.
Toxic
Yes,
Johnny?
we are.
So that's at Wiggler's, which moved into the pizza joint. Did you hear about that?
Yeah,
That is cool.
We played a gig there. I don't really think they liked us.
Uh-oh.
Too bad.
Yep.
Yeah.
Too bad. So sad.
They won't even let me in that place.
What,
you know?
at Wiggler's or in the pizza joint?
In the pizza joint.
Okay, well, this is Wiggler's taking over the pizza joint. Big difference. Big difference.
Well, they still didn't like us.
Oh, they will. They
We
will.
had a very wide variety of music.
What'd you do? Open up with the Ramones?
No.
No? That's what
Let's
I'd have
just say
done.
we ended the night off with some Rage and some
Oh,
Limp Biscuit.
I knew that was coming.
And what's the problem with that?
Right. You're too loud.
So
Yeah.
here's the thing though. The old pizza place, Hooker's Pizza or whatever it was
right.
called.
Yep, that's what it's called.
Yeah, they've gone out of business. They're done. So whoever it was that didn't like you, look what happened to them. They're out of business. They're just hookers now. They're not pizza hookers. Now I don't know what they're doing. But Wigglers that was down the road bought the building. They moved in. They've asked you back, right? Mm-hmm. So there you go. What's the date on that one again?
That's coming up on the 16th. That's
16th.
part of Toxic Johnny's open mic night at Wigglers.
And Toxic Johnny.
7 o'clock.
Jimmy G.
That's right, Jimmy G.
All right. Where else we going to be able to catch him?
Well, after they do Gabby's on the 23rd of February, they're back March 1st. Unless they play Rage Against the Machine, then we don't know if they'll be back, but hopefully they will be back.
We'll just show up and put our equipment up.
I'll show up just for the rage.
Yeah, and then on the 15th of March, back for the open mic at Wigglers. Is that like you go to all of them, right?
Yeah, we basically go to all of them.
And then on the April 26th, back at Gabby. So already 3 shows right there. Nice. And then I got you down for Old Herald for an open mic on May 2nd.
Yep.
Right? Now, on the 16th, is that just you guys, or is that an open mic at Old Herald? Different time.
I think that's an open mic.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Yeah, 23rd is the one where it's just us.
Okay.
But I think, I think that's just us.
I think Aslan will be opening for us.
Aislinn? Yeah.
Hey, family show. Watch your Wow, man, Sophie. Saying Aislinn.
So what about
I don't know.
what about May 31st at the Lakeside Marina Bar?
May 31st, Lakeside Marina. Yes, we are playing there. I think we're playing for
All right. Who
2 or
lives
3
out in
hours?
Holiday Shores?
That's what I'm saying.
And which gate
the
do you
people.
live in?
The people at the Lakeside Marina, the bar down there, they love us.
Yeah.
Nice.
They
Nice.
love us.
Last time we were there, we had such a big crowd.
So
When was that? Tell me more.
It was last summer, but I don't remember exactly.
That was in
Was-
August.
It was in
August?
August. I don't
Yeah.
remember the exact date, but it was in August.
yeah. So you got
We'll
set.
have people come up on boats and sit there and just
Nice.
idle and watch us.
So I have a question. You're doing these open mic nights at Wigglers now. Do they supply the back line? Do they have the drums and everything for
No.
you? So you have to you have
Yeah.
to bring it in. So I'm gonna tell you something. Right down the road from here, there's a open mic night every week that they supply the back line. You could just show up. They have guitar amps. They got drums, and you can just play on their equipment. The Conservatory right down on Broadway. Every Wednesday night, a band called Spilly Nelson brings their gear down. They got a PA. So, I mean, if you're looking for an open mic night as a band, it's hard to beat one where you can just sort of walk in and play. You can take your own guitar, if you got a nice SG or whatever. but they have, they'll let you use their guitars if you want. You can just walk in, plug and play. Since you don't have a keyboard player, I don't think they do either, but so they'd work out great. I'm just letting you know, on a Wednesday night when you got nothing to do.
You said that's at the Conservatory?
The Conservatory, right on
Okay.
Broadway. That's an easy one, like I say, because you don't have to bring your drums. See, that's for you. I got your back. I'm watching out for you.
Thank you.
Yes, so you guys are going to, once summer starts, you guys are going to be at Old Herald several times and at the Lakeside Marina Bar
Oh,
several
yes.
times, right? Yeah, because both of those are outdoor venues, right?
Yep.
Yep. Of course, there's boats there. If someone brings their boat indoors, they'll be at Third Shoot and all.
I'd pay the price of admission for that. Indoor boating.
All right, Pepin, let's go over some Friday night action this weekend real quick. Of course, they always have live Irish music down at Morrison's Irish Pub right here in downtown Alton. And Derry Garcia's Lonesome Blues at the Conservatory this Friday night.
And I want to give old Derry a pat on the back. Saw him 2 weeks ago, and it was the first time I had seen him for about a year. And he has come a long way, man. He has smoothed out that whole one-man band thing. Did a real fine job last weekend down at the Winter Jam. So a little pat on the back there for Derry Garcia.
I think he's feeling it.
Well, he did a great job.
He'll be at the
He'll
be at the Conservatory 8:30 on Friday night. And then they got the pianos down at the Raging Cajun or something happening down there for sure. Across the line, 7:30 at Fast Eddie's on Friday. Hard Drive at the VFW in Alton from 7 to 11. Matt Tall out at Bakers and Hale from 7 to 10. Acoustic DNA, 7 to 10 at Locke's Brick House in Bethalto on Friday. Little known fact, 7 to 10 at Moose in Wood River. Arena Rock.
All right.
So that's obviously arena tribute.
All right, the old Checker Dome days.
So it's probably AC/DC, Judas Priest, and wouldn't you think?
I would think it would be like the 70s and 80s big arena bands is what they're going for. I'm kind of curious. I went on the website to see if they would list like who they're tributing or whatever, but they didn't. Just said Arena Rock, so
they can change it up. That's the way you do it. Yeah.
Well, I guess that's a great thing about having something like Arena Rock. Is
could be you too.
I've seen them in an arena.
Right.
Seen them in a stadium.
Could be dead.
I've seen them everywhere.
Yeah.
I see dead people.
Well, you can see Alania and Julie at Big Daddy's on Friday night from 6 to 9. Robert Perry Band around the corner at the Stagger Inn from 5 to 8. There's another excellent Sunday night open mic.
Yeah.
And Wednesday, open mic at the Stagger Inn. Thursday's Hazy on Friday. 7 o'clock at the 1818 Chop House.
Thursday's Hazy, okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's a interesting name.
Schaefer and Sims down at the cabin at Judy Creek on Friday from
That's
7
my
to
law
11.
firm.
Yeah. That's Audrey Sims and Drew Schaefer.
All right.
Right? They're just shortening it now to make it, ring.
Seemed like a law firm, that's all.
Speaking of a ringing name, Kick-Ass would be the band. They named their band after a superhero. And that starts at 8:30 at Doyd's Village Inn in Pontoon Beach.
That's a good name for a band playing Doyd's, because Doyd's is a kick-ass place. So
yeah.
There you go.
Also down at Schmitty's, Jason Valtos, 8 o'clock. And we did mention Experience Live Music Row. It happens every single weekend down in Belleville, right along the strip in front of the Lincoln Theater.
What's the Not Petty?
Well, what would you think? It's not Petty.
It's not Tom Petty is what I'm guessing. It's everything but Tom Petty they're going to play that night.
Go ahead and mention Graham Band. Graham Band. Do you know what that is?
I do know what the Graham Band
They throw
is.
graham crackers out at their shows. 7 to 11 at the venue on Main. Hope and Therapy going to cross the river.
Oh, nice.
And they're going to play with the Melody Bots and Joel.
At the Melody Bots.
At the Heavy Anchor.
Yeah, good to see Hope and Therapy out. We don't. They've been doing the family thing for a while, so good to see them getting back out and about.
Yeah.
What else we got? Is that the end of our Friday?
Yeah,
that is a decent little Friday.
That takes us into Saturday, where Jumpin' Johnny's going to be celebrating his 69th birthday with the Psychedelic Symphony down at the Lodge at Lovejoy from 7 to 10. So there you go.
And that's always Jumpin' Johnny birthday parties are always fun, because you don't know who's going to show up and jam. There's always instruments set up and a couple bands play, but then it becomes just a hodgepodge at the end where bands are forming in the audience as people are playing.
Well, that's not what it said, Pigpen. So if you're planning to take over Psychedelic Symphony, they are playing their songs for their friends. That's what it said.
All the Jumpin' Johnny birthday parties I've been to have been pretty crazy in the end. They might start off that. Well,
He had like 10 people in his band back in those days, though.
Yeah, okay. I guess he's downsized.
Now it's the lovely couple, which you can check out a episode of the Psychedelic Symphony on the past Riverbend talent show.
Oh, yeah.
Harvest Drive doing Max Timeout. They better not get too loud there. 2 o'clock.
Throw you right out.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Duology, 2 o'clock, and Cross the Line, 7:30 at Fast Eddie's on Friday. Flip the Frog out at Third Shoot in Alton. These are all like Mardi Gras parties, too, by the way. That's what's happening Saturday. And then Hicktown at Baker's and Hale from 7 to 11. Porch Cafe out at Roper's Regal Beagle, 7 to 11. Rock Bottom down at the Pump House in Wood River at 9 o'clock. Moondog, 2 to 5 at Sparky's in South Roxana. The Outlaw Opry up at the Tri-County Rod and Gun Club at 7 o'clock. Drifters Noise Parade. It starts at Drifters and ends up at the Hog Pit. That's the big Mardi Gras parade.
All right.
So, yeah, you make noise.
I was going to say, I guess all noisemakers welcome is what it seems like there.
Terry Beck up at the Grafton Winery from 3 to 7. More Arena Rock at the Wild E Theater on Saturday. Rewind around the corner from 6 to 9 at Big Daddy's in Edwardsville. And the Cottage Hills Wrestling Alliance fires it up at the Legion in Edwardsville.
Which I guess is their new home now.
Yeah, but they're going to be doing about once a month the rest of the summer. So
we've only had them on one time, and they're probably my favorite out of the wrestling guys that we've had. I mean, with the exception of, like, Dave Severn and Cowboy Bob Horton and things like that. Out of the local guys, I like them just because they feel like a garage band. Like, they started in the backyard and worked their way up to having their own venue, which is not easy to do. So congrats to them. They lost the one venue, but now they're back once a month, I guess, at the Legion in Edwardsville. So
yeah,
check them kids out.
Remembrance and benefit for Alex Spencer with live music from 2 to 6. This is at a place called The Hall in Edwardsville. Blake Foltz, 7 to 10 at Lyle's Tavern in Maryville. Pickin' Bud, 7 to 11 at Cabin at Judy Creek in Glen Carbon.
Want to give those guys a little shout, too. Saw them for the first time last week, and they did a fine job, man. They were a heck of a lot of fun to watch, and little electric mandolin playing, and just good bunch of guys, and who don't like picking buds. So
that's right, and that's an ongoing open mic now at the Lodge at Lovejoy on Sundays. I don't know if it's every Sunday, but it's a couple Sundays a month. Yeah. And all bluegrass put on by Tate Kelly of the Pickin' Buds. Spilly's playing on Saturday. Spilly Nelson, 8 o'clock at the Patty McDee's in Granite City. And Phase 2 at Deutz at 8:30. And Pontoon Beach, Flipside, playing 12:30 p.m. at the Amvets in Madison. Scott Marlin doing music trivia. 6 o'clock at the Fireman's Hall in Collinsville on guitar. That's pretty cool. Beowulf, 1 to 5. Cheers, 6 to 10 at the Yellow Dog in Warden. Why is everyone partying in Warden this weekend, Pigpen?
It is Wardy Gras.
That is correct. And part of Wardy Gras this year.
Oh, look at there.
Ruby Lee.
Nice. Very nice.
Noon until 3. And last I seen, there's like 600 tickets sold for that. So good luck getting into that tent.
Well, I mean, she's kind of made a name for herself since she probably signed these contracts a few months back.
Yeah.
So.
Gusto 4 to 8, Clueless 4 to 6, Sam Rourke also at the Rustic, and Whiskey River going to be up there as well at the American Legion playing at 4 o'clock for Wordy Gras.
That's a pretty big party for a small town.
It is. So there's your Saturday. A few more shows going on. But
we got Lazy Lester at the VFW in Staunton on Saturday. Lickety Splits. Love that name. They're up the bowling alley in Litchfield.
Mm-hmm.
Blue Marlin.
Yeah.
Out in Belleville at Silver Creek, Social and Sport. And I think that's about it, other than the Experienced Live Music Row going on in Belleville.
It is.
Constantly, I say.
The real date you need to remember, though, is February 23rd. Gabby's, which is inside the Red Top Barbecue in Collinsville from 7 to 11. Merge V.
Merge V. Merge 5.
V for victory. V for 5. Are you guys Romans?
Huh?
Are you guys Romans?
Italian.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe?
Italian.
Okay.
I don't believe any of you. I got different answers from everybody, and I don't believe a word of any of
Yeah,
it.
we're Romans.
Italian.
Fiona's claiming to be Italian.
What?
That's all her.
I was guessing Greek. I don't know. Not you. Not you, Logan. You don't look Greek at all. I
All right,
would guess
Logan.
somewhere northern for you.
We'll go around the table.
He's a Viking.
Logan, what,
No, he's a quarterback.
out of all the songs you guys play,
For the Vikings.
out of all the songs you guys play, Logan, which one do you look most forward to playing?
I really don't know.
There isn't a favorite.
I
There isn't one that just makes your toes start tapping as soon as you. That's the one.
I mean, Megadeth is my favorite.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Symphony of Destruction. That's
Me
probably,
too.
probably my favorite.
He's got that Dave Mustaine look, don't he?
I was going to say, as soon as he said it, I'm like,
Kind
all
of
right.
looking at him.
Yeah.
He's like, I I'm as bad as Dave Mustaine. I may just jump over this table and pit with you.
Just kind of lean up to the mic and give you, hello, me, it's me. No. Countdown to Extinction. Give me something, bro. Countdown to Extinction is like one of my favorite Mustangs. That's
Come on, Logan.
No.
Rest in Peace is better.
Well,
I agree.
Okay. I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to argue semantics with you. No, I'm a Mustang fan.
How about the bass player, Fiona?
Oh, Sober by Tool.
Yeah.
You should have known that.
I should have, yeah.
She was locked and loaded on that. She did not hesitate like no slow pants Logan over there who's still thinking about it. No.
I saw her getting antsy over there.
I was like, if you need to go to the restroom, it's down the hall. No, I was just jittery. She was excited. So Sober.
Of course.
Okay, I got you.
You got that big, heavy, low end like Tool?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What do you play through?
Whatever Jim makes me play through.
See, so there are musicians who are gearheads, and there are some that are not.
Yeah.
Hey, I just bring my bass.
Yeah, what kind of bass you got?
I have two basses. I have a Fender Precision. That was the first one I got, and then I just got a Fender Jazz for Christmas.
Oh, nice, and it's hard to go wrong with Fender.
Yeah.
So there you go. Man, she was excited about
I
it.
was
waiting for that question.
I got a giddy over it all. It's like, whoa, some excitement, action.
Well, it's Tool.
Well, hard to not
So
get
far, I
excited.
like this band, Megadeth and Tool, right at the top of my list.
Well, they're
Okay,
hitting your creamy
Sophia.
circle.
Sophia, bring it. What do you got?
Probably Wake Up by Rage Against the Machine
Oh.
or Break Stuff by Limp Biscuit.
She goes right to the Rage and the Limp Biscuit every time.
Well, and I get it. Like I've seen both of those.
We've got so
bands
many
live.
Rage songs. We're Rage cover band.
I love that, man.
Yeah, Rage is
Merge Against the Machine.
Merge
Yeah.
Against the Machine. So you are set out to do your first tribute show. It's going to be a Rage tribute called Merge Against the Machine.
Maybe.
No, it's in the works already. You can't say it
Oh,
out loud
yeah.
and not expect the universe to start working on it, man.
We just got to learn like 20 more Rage songs, and we got it down.
Do they even have 20 songs?
The thing is, I was going to say, it's not about learning 20 songs. It's
No,
about
I mean
learning.
Rage Against the Machine.
Right. I think they only got a couple of albums out. But here's the thing: if you like, I got a buddy, Andy Frasco. They'll do "Killing in the Name of." They'll do a good 15, 20-minute version of it. You gotta just
Man, that's a lot of
rolling
repeating.
it out.
Yeah.
Well, it's not
It's
all
repetitive
Imagine how
enough.
many F-bombs are in that.
There's a lot.
Well,
Got to be a record.
It's one of those songs where they like to switch instruments in the middle of it and jump around and have a good time. So it's a dance
Yeah.
song.
We do Killing in the Name of. Yeah,
Yeah, we did that one.
definitely one of
You
our.
got to do that one if
It's a
you do
good one.
Rage.
It's a good one.
Definitely the one that makes everybody running.
All right, it's
Right.
If you want to have a mosh pit, do Killing in the Name of.
okay. Yeah,
It's hard to
there we go.
not mosh to that. If you told people don't mosh while we play
Oh
this,
no,
it's-
we
it's-
encourage
it-
people
yeah.
to mosh.
Yeah.
We want them to mosh.
Definitely.
So you could play that in an old folks' home, and a mosh pit's gonna break. There could be
Nowadays,
walkers. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
Slayer's
absolutely.
old, right? Slayer's really old. They're like in their 70s
Oh yeah,
almost.
Kerry King's getting Social Security, man. It's crazy. So
It's hard to believe.
Here we go. Sophie, what is the song that gets you just giddy that you
Yeah.
just can't wait to play?
I gotta say, it's gotta be Killing in the Name of again.
Oh.
And also Cult's Personality. I think those two are really.
Oh,
yeah.
there you go. Okay, I'm into that.
Isn't Killing in the Name up? Isn't that D tuning there?
Yep, drop D.
Yeah.
Most of the Rage songs that we have, except for Sleep Now in the Fire,
We got to get a little more on the mic there.
most of the Rage songs that we have are in drop D tuning, except for Sleep Now in the Fire.
Yeah.
Most of the grunge songs you do are probably
Oh
in
yeah,
drop D.
almost all of our like heavy songs are in drop D.
Right.
It's so much easier to make it sound heavy
In-
and drop D.
Any B's? We'll go down that left. They're out there. I'm
No, I
just
think
saying.
the lowest. I think the lowest and tuning that we go is C sharp.
Okay, C sharp.
C sharp.
What are you doing that's that low?
Break stuff.
Limp Biscuit. Okay, there you
Yeah.
go. I can see why that would be that low.
Let's hear from the drummer.
I really like Jimmy Eat World, The Middle. We've just learned that. I really like doing that one.
So is the latest song your favorite one?
Yeah.
Normally?
Well,
Something
no,
fresh.
not normally. I mean, it was my pick, so I really
Okay.
like it. But
So there's our next question. How do you guys, do the democracy and figure out what songs to play?
Usually, Jimmy just has us pick out one song each, and we'll all learn it, play it, and then we got it down.
Okay. So you each get to pick one, and that way you get 5 songs.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you've learned 5 new songs, and he says, "All right, time to pick 5 more songs," do they all always stick, or is there?
Oh, yeah.
No matter.
Not all of them.
I was gonna say every now and again, there's got to be one that is just like this isn't happening.
There's some songs that it has taken a while for us to learn, and then there's some songs where we'll just play it one time and we got it down.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there are a lot of songs that are the same patterns as the last song you heard. We're doing the same CGD. How is that? Millions of songs are all sharing the same chord, so it's hard not to do that. But with a group of 5 people constantly each picking a song, there's got to be every now and again one that not for a lack of motivation, it just doesn't click sometimes.
We have definitely had some of those songs where it just doesn't click. Like, we'll just learn it over and over again, but it just doesn't click, so we'll just drop it. Pick a new song.
So this is the only reason I asked that, because I'm going, wow, that's a cool way to go about it. But if you pick 5 tunes, and poor Elena's tune does she get to pick a new one, or she just bumped? Sorry, man, you keep picking bad songs.
Yeah, no, you get to pick a new one. And like if the people that are taking lessons, like Sophie, Fiona, and Logan, if they can't get it down, and if Alania can't get it down, then we just drop it. And usually I can get down any song, but sometimes it's too low or it's too high, so I can't do it.
Elena can play tools. She can probably play just about anything. I'm surprised that wasn't your favorite too, because that's some drums. That's a workout.
What about
Maybe
Best
that's
of You, Elena?
oh yeah, Best of You is a workout.
Okay, that's the workout, right?
Yeah.
Is that the hardest one?
What? Man, I don't know. I remember what. Oh, Wake Up was. I remember really hard for me to get down. I remember it took me a while.
Is it a different type of timing? I don't know that song.
It just depends. I don't know. I guess it just depends on how like. It doesn't really depend on like the speed. It's more like the drum fills and everything. Like it's. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, it's yeah. Some songs I can get down, some I can't. So.
Well, one thing about being a drummer in a cover band like this is like all the bands you're trying to cover set their drums up different. So like you got to figure out how to take your setup and play all their setups
and make it work.
Yeah.
Sometimes, with all instruments, it's like, well, you can mail it in and just give this a 2/4 backbeat. But if you really want to do it justice, there are definitely drum beats and fills that it's like, oh, this is an exercise, and I'm going to have to really think about this one. But it is, that's one of the great things about music. You can kind of play root notes and get through the song until you figure out how to really attack it properly. Now, do you learn, when you guys learn songs, do you pretty much, so you say, this is the studio cut from the album, this is how we're learning it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
We'll take some songs and kind of make up our own version, because we do Toxic by Britney Spears. We
Okay.
don't do that like
Nice.
we make it like our own version.
Okay.
I always
I've seen that on the list. I was
I
going to get to that,
Yeah,
actually.
I like the one she wrote when she dropped her baby. That "Oops, I Did It Again." That was my favorite by Britney.
So, you guys have any aspirations to do original music maybe someday?
I think we've kind of been thinking about it, but most of our music, like our music taste, is very different than others is. So we don't know how well it's going to work, but we do want to try it out someday.
Yeah, I think it'd be good if you guys all got a different taste, then you're probably going to come up with an original sound.
That's exactly what I was thinking. The bigger variety of influences in a group, the more that when you go for the original thing, that everybody's influence comes in a little bit. That you find that unique sound, because you're not everyone's not just like, hey, we like country. Let's play fifths all day, or whatever. So I find that interesting. If you're all coming from different musical places, that's super cool the way that you're doing that. Everybody picks a song, because now, if you don't like Tool, too bad. If you don't like Britney Spears, it doesn't matter. Learn it. I think that's a cool way to go about it, because it really does push you farther musically than if you're like, I don't like Britney, I'm not going to play that. I think it's silly to shut off avenues like that, but I look forward to seeing you guys reach into some original aspirations, just because that's always... You're not going to make any money at it. Well, you might, because you might be really good at it.
You never know.
But usually bars are like, yeah, we don't really want to hire original sounding bands. But when you mix them both, you can always just slide those originals in, and you don't even have to mention it. You just play them.
Right.
And when people are dancing, you're like, that's my song.
Or a lot of the bands that we talk to, what they do is they'll play a cover gig to earn money to play the free original gig the next night, or something like that.
Or I was just talking to Danny Liston today.
Yeah.
From Mama's Pride, and Mama's Pride was a big band back in the 70s, and they had albums out and everything, and the owners of clubs would still say, what was that song you played? When
Three
they
Dog
play
Night.
original, and they would just lie and go, "It was 3 Dog Night," instead of saying it was an original, so the club owner doesn't get angry. And so Danny coming on with us though. He's playing an anthology show coming up, but he's
we'll see. He might fall asleep.
Well, you just never know.
He's a hardworking guy.
He is a hardworking man.
So
what else we got going on here?
Well, we're talking to Merge 5. They're in the studio right now, Pigpen. I don't know if you noticed it, but they are playing on February 23rd all by themselves at Gabby's, which is inside the Red Top Barbecue in Collinsville. And that's just the first time they're playing there. They're playing there on March 1st as well as April 26th. And so...
There's some shenanigans going on.
I want to know what happened.
I don't know. I missed it. I looked down. I heard giggling. I looked up, and I missed it. I roll the tape. I want to see what happened.
Yeah, we got it. It's all captured.
I don't watch these videos often, but I might have to go back and say, what are you doing? Are you tearing up our microphone over there?
No.
I think she is.
She's just making funny faces.
So I saw a lot of action going on over there, and then I missed whatever the commotion was. So, what was those dates again? Let's send the listeners back to something other than my weird.
Well, you can check them at the open mic on the 16th at Wigglers, right there in Holiday Shores, right?
Yep.
But we want to talk about the 23rd of February because they're all by themselves. They need you guys to come out and support them. You get some Red Top Barbecue while you're there.
Nice.
And you hang out inside where there's a place called Gabby's and check these guys out, mergev.com.
Merge V.
7 to 11 in Collinsville. So, have you had their barbecue? No.
I've never been there.
Never been there. Okay.
Never been there. Never played there before. This is a new venue.
Oh, you guys look out. This place is wild, man. This place is crazy.
A lot of places sets up 3 gigs in advance. So, is that how they did that? Or did Jimmy G set it up, probably?
I think Jimmy set it up.
Yeah.
So Jimmy G sort of a manager, right?
Yeah, he's the one that formed the band. He's the one that gets our gigs and all that other stuff.
Okay.
What do you think about that venue down at Old Herald? Was that fun to play?
That one, yes. That's very fun to play. It's nice. It's out in the open.
It's a huge stage so I can move around.
Yes.
Yeah, I noticed
it. Does get a little cold outside when we do play gigs outside there.
Yeah,
but
we've done the Jingle Jam there, and it was really fun.
We're doing the Jingle Jam again this year. Yeah. I think we're doing Italian Fest.
Yeah.
Nice.
There's another one.
I was going to say there's another fest Jimmy just told me about the other day you were playing. He said Italian Fest.
Horseradish.
Horseradish Fest.
Yeah.
There it is, man.
And then we're doing the Christmas in July at Old Herald, I think. Yeah.
Okay, so
Ketchup Bottle Fest.
Yeah, right at the base of the ketchup bottle there.
Actually on top of it.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. It's a lot of ketchup. So I do have a question though. So Logan, Fiona, Sophia all take lessons from Jimmy G. So it's obvious Jimmy G saw some talent and thought, I need to merge these 3 people. But there were 2 other entities here with Alania and Sophia. How do you guys know Jimmy G?
My mom works with him at the music store, and she came to him and talked to him about me, and then I think
nice.
When Alania joined, I think we found her YouTube.
Yeah. So
Craigslist.
Yeah.
Craigslist, definitely. So I'm pretty sure the story goes is that a former Swing City employee texted or emailed my dad, and she was like, "Oh, hey, we got this like kid band going on," and I used to take lessons at Swing City only for like 5 months, but it wasn't my thing. But yeah, no, it wasn't. So yeah, she did that, and so also I think Jimmy saw my YouTube videos because I do drum covers on YouTube.
Okay.
And so I think that's also how I got noticed. But yeah,
How do we find you on YouTube?
Drum and Alania.
Drum and Alania.
There's gig videos posted on there
Yeah, our
too.
gig videos are posted.
Go watch.
So you just vibed all your videos over to her YouTube channel.
Yeah.
It was her idea.
Okay. Well, she's part of Merge.
Oh yeah.
Mergeb.com.
Well,
And all your gigs are located there. You can get merch there. Your song list is there.
I think our Facebook is posted on there.
Yeah,
You can find
Instagram.
our Facebook, our Instagram.
TikTok.
I think we have a TikTok.
I think you do.
I think yeah.
Not
so.
anymore. No more
Oh,
TikTok.
shut it down. You guys were bad and they shut you down, huh?
No, we just didn't post.
Inactive, yeah.
Come on, you guys do Rage Against the Machine. I know you were bad.
Uh-uh.
That might fly on TikTok.
I resurrected our Instagram account.
Uh-oh.
Oh, resurrected.
Yeah.
Instagram. Okay.
Praise
All right.
the Lord.
I thought you had to have one of those.
See, she looked up at the clock. She saw there's 2 minutes left, and she said, "Praise the Lord." The first religion I've seen from this band, the first first real emotion I've seen since Fiona was like, "Tool, Tool." It was just a quick glance at the clock, and praise the Lord. Jimmy G's gonna hear about this. I don't know why he sent us here.
You guys do any Grateful Dead? Pigpen wants to know.
No.
You already do all my favorite bands. So.
You're doing the 70s, you're doing the 80s, you're doing the 90s.
I seen Ain't Talking About Love on there.
Oh, yeah.
So the number one ticket selling band throughout the whole 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s was the Grateful Dead. No other band has been the number one ticket selling rock and roll band for 4 decades. So,
David Lee Roth begs to differ.
well, David Lee Roth and
He was at the US Festival. Where was the Dead? I'm just saying.
He was in Grand Central Park trying to buy a dime bag on a park bench last week and got arrested.
He was a paramedic.
It happens to the Dead.
He was a paramedic in New York in between tours. True story. Could you imagine like David Lee Roth rescuing you?
He would dance all around your body, and I don't know. I like David Lee Roth. I actually, I'm more of a Van Halen than a Van Hagar. So there you go. All right. Well, Merge 5.
Come on, Logan.
.com. Yeah, get on it, dude. You were so lazy, bro.
Merge.
We've been kind of talking about it recently about how like we all are like into it, and you're just like.
He's Dave Mustaine mode. Check him out, man.
Hello, me. It's me again.
Yeah. I think
right,
Dave
so-
threw that one off the set. He didn't play it anymore.
Yeah, I know. Well, anyway, thanks to Alania, Sophia, Fiona, and Logan. Those are a lot of confusing names with Sophie, Sophia, and Fiona.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Just so there you go. Alania, that's a heavy A right there. Thanks so much for coming down to the studio. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
Of course.
We wish you guys great success, and in the future, we would love to have you back. We'll keep promoting those gigs.
See, we were
He's got a
smart
list
this
of it.
time, Pigpen. We got these guys in when they were young, and now they're going to become big stars and remember they were here and come
You
back.
guys want our autographs?
See, we didn't get
Oh,
we didn't get
know it.
Ruby in soon enough. And now we're
Well, you know, and that's one of those funny things because like seeing Ruby play at like festivals where I'm running, you know, I mean, I've crossed paths with Ruby. My wife bought her CD one night when we were running sound for her, and it was one of those like, oh, we'll get her in sooner or later. You know how it happens with bands. It's been a year or two since Jimmy's been telling me about these guys.
My point is, that's how fast it can happen.
That's how fast it can happen. That 6 months ago we could have got Ruby in here easy, and now you can't get her on the phone, man. But you know what?
But see,
I'm way
Merge 5 will be like, we remember our roots.
Oh yeah.
Jimmy G and Riverbend Talent.
You know,
and Old Herald Brewery.
The success of Merge 5 started
and the Lakeside Marina Bar.
Two jackasses had us on the radio. And we just shot to stardom. Well, hey, thanks so much for coming down tonight. Big thanks to the sponsors of the show, Halpin Radio. I don't know what I'm doing. Halpin Music Company. And, of course, Matt Van Boris of Macias Insurance. They've been paying for us to do this for way too many years. If they ever stopped paying, we would be locked out immediately, for sure. Big thanks to everybody out there listening. Don't remember to forget
go by the website
to do all the things that we tell you to do.
mergeb.com. Check it out.
There it is, merge5.com.
You got to spell it on radio phonetically.
Merge but I'm saying how it really is, Merge 5. So thanks again for coming down.
Of course.
And,
thank you for having us.
Best of luck to you, everybody. Get out and support local music and art.